Hello everyone, this is Kushal, and in this video I will show you how to configure IPSEC VPN site-to-site tunnel between two Palo Alto firewalls. Okay, so this is how my current setup is in my lab. So I have this Palo Alto PA1 and there is a loopback interface created for the LAN, and this is Palo Alto Firewall 2, and it has two loopback interfaces connected to it, and both the firewalls are in the lab connected via Ethernet 1/2 interface. They are directly connected, but still I'll create a VPN tunnel between them, and the goal is to allow the traffic from loopback interfaces on firewall 1 to reach the loopback interfaces on firewall 2. Okay, so this is how the setup is. So let me minimize this setup and put it here at the bottom. Okay, now this is my firewall one, and I'll just show you the interfaces. It is Ethernet 1/2, which is connected to the other firewall, and it has one loopback interface. So this firewall is running version 9.1, and this is my firewall 2, which is running the latest 10.0 version, and it has this Ethernet 1/2 interface, which is connected to the other firewall, and it has two loopback interfaces. Okay, so in Palo Alto Firewall, we have only the concept of route-based VPNs. There is no concept of policy-based VPN. So in route-based VPN, you need to create a tunnel interface for each tunnel. So let me start with that on Firewall 1. So you just go to Network Interfaces, Tunnel, and create a new tunnel interface. So this is a logical interface. I will give it a name tunnel.2. Select a virtual router, give it default only, and security zone. Let me create a separate zone for my IPsec VPN tunnel traffic. Let me give it a name IPsec VPN. Okay, and just click on OK. So a new zone is created and has been assigned to this interface. You don't need to give IP addresses to this tunnel if you don't want dynamic routing protocol or NATing for the tunnel traffic. Okay, so that's it. I'll create on OK. So my tunnel interface is created. Now let's go to my VPN gateway. So let's before that I will create the algorithms. Okay, so phase 1 cryptos and phase 2 cryptos. So this is the phase 1 crypto. You can choose the default one also, but for the demonstration I'll create a new one, and I'll just name it I crypto. I will select Diffie-Hellman group 2, authentication as SHA-2, and encryption as ES256. Okay, you can choose whatever your requirement is. The only thing is it should match on both the sides, and the lifetime I'll keep it as default. This is phase 1 crypto, and this will be phase 2 crypto here, IPsec crypto. So here also you can use the default one or create a new one. IPsec crypto encryption, I will use ES256. Authentication, I will use SHA-2. Now Diffie-Hellman, either you can keep the PFS as disabled if you don't want to enable PFS. PFS is perfect forward secrecy. What this will do is, if you enable the PFS, it will create a new symmetric keys to encrypt the data after VPN tunnel is formed. Okay, and if you don't select this, which means if you put no PFS, then it will use the same symmetric keys which were generated during the phase 1 to encrypt the data as well. Okay, so doing the PFS is more secure since it creates a new sets of keys. So I will select that. So these are the cryptos. Now let's create the VPN configuration. So you go to network profiles and iGateways and create a new one. So this is your phase 1 gateway. And what I'll do is I'll name it with the public IP of peer firewall. In my case, it is private, but Usually I name it with the IP itself. So this is my peer IP in the lab setup. Version I will keep it as IPv1. The interface, this is your outgoing interface which is connected to the internet through which you want to form the tunnel. In my case, it is 1/2, and this is the IP of 1/2. Now, peer type, either you could mention IP address, or you can mention an FQTN, or you can put it as dynamic, which will require the use of peer ID. This is when you create dynamic is when the peer IP is fluctuating IP, which is not static IP, right? Okay, so in my case it's static, so I'll just paste it here. Authentication, either you can authenticate the peers through a pre-shared key, or you can use certificate based authentication. So right now I'll stick with the pre-shared key. Let's go to advanced option. IC mode, I'll choose main mode because that is more secure, and the crypto, which is the phase 1 crypto which we selected. Okay, you need to enable NAT traversal when there is a NATing device in between these two gateways. Okay, right now I don't need to select that. So this is your phase 1. So now let's go to phase 2, which is here IPSEC tunnels. Okay, let me give it a name, say IPSEC dash. Now here you need to select the tunnel interface which you created at the starting, and also the phase 1 gateway and the phase 2 cryptos which you created. Let's see advanced option. If you want to monitor this tunnel, which is required where you have redundant tunnels, like multiple tunnels for the same destination, then you can select the tunnel monitor. And these are the proxy IDs. Proxy IDs are required when you form a VPN tunnel between Palo Alto and a non-Palo Alto device which doesn't support route-based VPN. For example, Cisco ASA, which does policy-based VPN, right? So in that case, you would need to enter proxy IDs. But in my case, since the VPN tunnel is between two Palo Alto firewalls only, I don't need proxy IDs. But still, for demonstration purpose, I will create it. There is no harm in it. So basically, you need to put your local LAN subnet in the local, which is, sorry, it's not 30.1, it is 1.1. Okay, and also the remote subnets, which is 2.1 in my case. Okay, and you need to repeat it for all the interesting traffic which would be going through the tunnel. Okay, so I just want to reach these two subnets on the remote end, so I'll just put two proxy IDs. So on the other end, the proxy IDs will be just reverse of this. Okay, so my phase 2 is created. The next step would be to create routes. So you go to virtual routers, select the virtual router and go to static routes. Okay, let's create new routes for the tunnel traffic. So here you need to mention the destination actually which you want to reach on the remote end. So in my case it is 2.1. The interface would be tunnel interface which you created, and the next stop would be none. So from this route we are instructing the firewall that if the traffic for this destination comes, you need to send it to this VPN tunnel and not to the normal data interfaces. I need to create one more, so I'll just clone that one. Okay, so these are the routes. So the routing is done. The next step would be to creating security policies to allow that traffic. So let me create a new security policy. and name it like IPSEC VPN. Allow. The source zone would be your LAN side zone, which is the trust zone, and the IPs will be your LAN subnets. In my case, it is this. Destination zone will be the zone of the tunnel interface. Okay, so keep that in mind. For the VPN traffic, the destination zone will be the zone which is assigned to your tunnel interface, and destination address will be the remote LAN subnets. Okay, application and service, I'll keep it as any, and action will be allow, and the logging will be enabled. So this rule will allow traffic from my LAN to initiate the traffic to the peer end. Okay. Now I need one more VPN rule in case the other end will initiate the traffic and will be received on my end. Okay. So I'll need to create a similar policy in the reverse direction. Okay, so it will just be exact reverse. So source zone will be IPsec zone, and source will be the remote subnets. Destination will be the trust zone, and the destination subnet will be the local subnets. Okay, so these are the two rules, and make sure that you move the VPN rules on the top so that they don't get shadowed by generic rules. So I've put these rules on the top. So so we are almost done on this firewall. So let me commit it. And while it's committing, let's go to second firewall and do a similar set of configurations here as well. So you need to create a tunnel interface first. So I can create a tunnel.1 here since I don't have any created already. Security zone. Let me create a new zone for this VPN. So the next would be iCryptos. Now the cryptos should match on both the sides. Okay, otherwise the tunnel will not come up. Next is the phase 2 crypto. So next is the phase 1. So this is the IP of the peer for this firewall. Interface would be the outgoing interface, peer IP, same pre-share key which you entered on the other firewall. Let's look at the advanced option, main mode, the crypto profile, and that's it. Let's go to phase 2 now. Select the tunnel interface, select the IKE gateway and the phase 2 crypto. Let's see the advanced option here. Okay, nothing here. And the proxy IDs. Okay, so Since I have entered proxy ID on the other firewall, I have to add it on this firewall as well. Okay, so okay, looks good. So let me click on OK. So IPSEC tunnel is also done. Now let us create the static routes. Okay, we create a new one. Select the tunnel.1 interface, and next up will be none. Okay, so only this subnet I need to reach on the other end. So in my case, there is only one static route for the tunnel interface. Okay, so the routing is done. Next step would be policies, security policies. And one in the reverse direction. Okay, and let me move it to the top. So these are on the top. Policies are done, so let me commit it. Okay, the commit is done. So let me go to the IPsec tunnels, and let's see. Yeah, this has turned to green, so this means the tunnel has come up. Okay, and let's go to this firewall also and check. Go to IPsec tunnels, and yep, these are also up. So the tunnels are up on both the side. If you don't see the tunnels as up yet, then you need to pass some traffic through the tunnel to let the firewalls initiate the VPN negotiations, because without the traffic, the negotiations won't initiate sometimes. So, yeah. So let's go to the CLI, and let's see if I can ping the other side. Okay. So this is my firewall one. Okay. Ping from the local loopback to the remote loopback, which is 2.1. Yeah, it's pingable. Let us try to ping the other interface on the other end. Yeah, this is also pingable. Okay. Let's verify the same thing on the second firewall. Ping with the local loopback IP to the remote loopback IP. Yep, it's pingable. Let's check from the other interface as well. Yeah, this is also ping event. So let's verify this thing in the logs also. Okay. So I've already selected the. Okay, let me clear this and let us see traffic from my trust side to filter. I'll just click on this so that it gets filtered and to the destination zone, which is the IPsec zone. So this is the from zone, this is the to zone, and this is our traffic. Okay, the ping traffic which we sent, and it is going through the rule which we created, right? It is being allowed, and yeah. So if you want to see the same thing in the reverse direction, just change this to destination and change this to source, and then we would see the pings from the other side, right? So these are the pings from the other side, and it is taking the correct rule as well. So the logs are also verified. So that's it, guys. This is the basic VPN configurations you do to set up the tunnel, and in the following video, what I'll do is I will enable OSPF between these two peers, and I will advertise the tunnel routes through OSPF instead of configuring the static routes. So if you're interested, you can see my next video just after that with the same setup. I will be using OSPF between these two firewalls so that the I don't need to create any static routes. So I hope it was useful. Thank you for watching.